Where's our table? For our water.
I don't know, that didn't get it right.
We're not important.
What do you think of his shoes?
Very cool shoes.
Have you ever made a decision that's kept you up at night for fear of whether you've made the right decision or not?
Well, that's what we're here for today, to tell you why we made that decision into this phenomenal company. Babe, can I steal your limelight quickly?
Of course. It seems to be happening quite regularly today.
James is meant to go on from here, but I just wanted to put in this morning, we traveled down with our team yesterday, or some of our team, and this morning, one of our team members, Andrew, woke us up with a message on our group that we've got, and this was a poem that he just wrote. So it's called Rise and Shine, it's Build O'Clock. Wake up, it's time to go. No more snoozing, don't be slow. The coffee's hot, the day is new. Build awaits with networking too. Rub your eyes and stretch real wide. Hide that yawn, show some pride. Boss is near, so look awake. So fake a smile, Brad, for goodness sake. But don't you fret, we'll make it through with laughs and snacks and caffeine too. So let's get started, don't delay. Build is here, and it starts today. So Andrew, well done. That
Amazing,
was just
Andrew.
phenomenal and got us all going this morning. Okay, over to you.
All right, now before we start, please humor me. And I just want to do a quick check-in with you. Please stand up if...
Hold on, I've got to find my place. You've ever made a career decision that felt risky at first?
If you've had moments you weren't sure where you've made the right decision.
Jeez, I think everyone's standing already.
Already, jeez.
And then lastly, stand if you love being part of EXP.
Woohoo! Okay, great. Thanks, guys. If you wouldn't mind taking your seats. And I think you can all see that we're not alone. It takes big risk to achieve massive reward, but boy, is it worth it. And pretty scary. Sit back, please, relax, and enjoy our story, and I hope some of it resonates, or perhaps all of it resonates with you as we share our story with you. For many years, I had my own independent real estate firm. As Steve said, I was also part of a large international business, and I had the agency for the Eastern Cape. That was after, and then afterwards I had my own team. We had a great team, we were comfortable, but the difficulties of running a company on my own, the constantly changing compliance requirements, the mounting red tape that comes with owning a small business, the challenges that come with overseeing people and managing people made like I was always working in the business rather than on the business and going nowhere fast. The hamster wheel was spinning out of control.
Is it me?
It's you, baby.
Okay, so real estate was so not on my cards at all. I'm a foodie, I'm a creative mind. We are so completely different. You'll even getting this whole speech.
Except for our shoes.
Yeah, for our shoes. Thanks, Andrew. Even getting ready for this speech, James wrote notes, he's got all his stuff down, and I'm like, I've got a few words, and I'm like, sheepers, I'm not saying very much, I'll just wing it. And now I'm wishing I had written all the notes he had. Okay, so I am a butcher's daughter, and together with my parents, we ran a successful deli and butchery for many years. I was James's first butcher when he got into PE.
Fact.
You did.
You had a cleaver.
And yeah, my passion for food soon became my kryptonite. So a lot of people say if you do in life what you're passionate about, you'll be successful. I don't think that's so true, because without a business mind, doing what you love sometimes just doesn't pay off, and I certainly learned that the hard way. I worked 24/7, and really there was no financial reward, and there was no reward with my family either because I was never available to them. But I swore I would never, ever, ever go into real estate. I watched James, because he was in it when I met him, going through such highs and lows. I think Sharon or somebody mentioned it earlier, and I just thought that I could never do that. For all the money in the world, you couldn't pay me enough. And there were 2 words I learned in James's real estate career, which I learned to really dislike, and they were, do you know what they were?
I do know what they were. They're still very feared words.
Due diligence.
Due diligence. For the commercial brokers out there specifically, I know you feel the same fear about those 2 words. You work your butt off. You do everything you can. You close a deal. You put everything in place. But there's still 10 days of due diligence for the purchaser to carry out at his own satisfaction. And how many deals fall over right there and then? Very, very scary, those 2 words.
Our home was not happy when that happened.
But then I was introduced by my colleague and now close friend, Stephen Johnston, to the EXP model. And I got it immediately. Although to say I got it immediately is a bit of a stretch. It took me 10, 11 months to figure it out and work through it, but I always knew it was right. I was just so nervous. It seemed, and I think it's an objection we get a lot, it seemed too good to be true. I saw the vision though, the long-term opportunity. I was very aware though that it came at an initial cost. I was giving away significant commissions if I'd went over to EXP. I had a team of 12 to 15 agents at the time. I was earning 30, 40, 50% of their commission in some instances. I would be saying goodbye to all of that. It was a massive sacrifice, but I couldn't ignore the long-term vision, which trumped the short-term cash flow every time. Never mind the freedom that I was envisioning just around the corner and within touching distance with the revenue share side. It was a big decision, but I knew in my heart it was the right one.
Even though I supported James and I was his biggest cheerleader, I actually remember first talking about EXP, getting to know the model a little bit, and we were actually with friends of ours, Brad, who's here today, and his wife, Theonore, and we were actually in Franschhoek for some reason. I couldn't remember what the reason was, but they were chatting to us as wives, saying, what do we think of this and this new opportunity? And both Theonore and I were both, it's a no-brainer. So even though I was his biggest cheerleader, real estate was still not on my radar. It was just not even a thought in my mind. I was still bumbling along in everything else I did, not really making an impact with everything. But then I went to my first presentation. James was extremely nervous to host it. He was hosting for the first time, and the first time he was going to be doing public speaking, which he's really come a long way in. And the venue was actually fully booked. And I said to him, look, there are no more seats. Let me rather just stay at home. You go and do your thing. And he said, please just come. So I said, okay. So I went along to hold his hand. Well, as Stephen says, he did the model explained, and he just reeled me in, hook, line, and sinker. And at the end of it, on the way home, I floored James by looking at him and going, why the heck am I not doing this?
True story. Yeah.
Me too.
So a few days later, she actually joined and took the leap of faith. Now it was time to implement and make the dream come true. Those first 2 years were tough. EXP was only 12 months old or thereabouts and was still finding its way.
Can I interject?
Yep.
So a lot of the stories I hear are when people are really broke and they make a big decision in their lives. For us, it was actually the opposite. Yes, we have definitely been very broke before when we got married, but James's business was actually a successful business at the time when we decided to join EXP.
Yeah, and at the time, as I said, EXP was new and we weren't sure and we were kind of finding our way along, but there was an incredible bunch of dedicated and laser-focused professionals leading it, backed by the massive mother US company, which had already proven itself through its disruptive technology and never sleep, never compromise, agent-centric approach. So we knew we weren't getting into something that wasn't already successful. So much so that it became the most profitable real estate company in the US in a very short time, with many megastar agents and agencies making the move across. And we've got real life Chuck and Angela right here with us who made that move. So they must be doing something right, right? As tough as it was, we never doubted our decision. Yes, we had bad days, but the company just got better and better every day, week, month, and year. And now it is the fastest growing real estate company in South Africa, biting at the heels of our biggest competitors, or red and green competitors, should I say. And don't get me started on the community of collaborative people that make up this agency, the generous spirit and culture of this movement, because that's actually what this is, isn't it? It's a movement, and you're part of it. You're rewriting history here, guys. All of you. Take a bow. You are the bold.
So not for 1 minute in our process have we ever had a minute of doubt. Not once, not even when it's been really rough. We have had the believability in the EXP model. And we've been focused. We've been focused more on a long-term goal rather than short-term income. And it's paying off.
Yeah, it's working. It really is working. It really, really is working. I started with EXP back in October 2021 with a team of 12 that all pretty much committed to coming over to EXP. It was the blind leading the blind, but we could sniff that we were really onto something big. My dream of having a hub in Port Elizabeth where agents could coexist and collaborate and grow and upskill themselves to be the best in business was coming true, even though I'd gone slightly against the normal EXP model of not having offices.
It was also a big decision because, like you said, it wasn't the norm, but we had the believability, and James had his dream and make it happen.
It was, and it was a dream of mine, and it's a wonderful space. So I opened this hub in Port Elizabeth, which made sense for me at the time. But perhaps it was just my ego, or maybe I just like chewing the cud with fellow agents. Pop in anytime. Come and visit us. You'll find it's a space of cheer, of learning, of sharing, and mostly of support in whatever shape or form that might be. It's a tough industry, and we all need a leg up sometimes. So those are some of the slides over the last 3 years that we've shared as an EXP family, culminating in the middle one, which was our December Christmas party at the offices. And my team's grown from 12, and it's grown organically to a team of just under 100 in 3 short years. And that's without much effort from my side. When we started out and I started having the conversation with EXP, we were still called a courier company or a printing shop. Now we don't have to explain that anymore. And people aren't hiding from me when I walk into the shops or when I walk down the street for fear of another EXP conversation I'm going to have with them. We have arrived, guys. They are approaching us. They want to be part of this movement, be part of this incredible company. And fast forward to today, EXP is not just another company that we all work for. It's a community, a family, a movement. And it has this incredible cutting-edge technology, systems, and platforms to back it up. And they're always acquiring and always pushing. What an incredible company to be part of. And what about that ultimate financial freedom goal, which was why we started this journey with EXP? The monthly rev share payout, which we get on the 20th of every month. It's amazing. You get a ping on your phone, and
I don't see any of that.
you get your own, baby. And how incredible. Little ping on your phone. As Steve says, we probably check our phones 50 times a day to see our growth and our teams and our rev share growing from day to day. To introducing agents to this amazing company. So now it's a significant amount of money for us, which means the long-term plan is paying off, and it's only getting better. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? I'm giving my age away. I think that was the A team, eh?
Yeah.
The A team.
So from my side for teamwork, firstly, the most incredible team. They are amazing. And I think two words that have really stuck out for me today, listening to everybody talk, and I'd just like to reiterate, is the collaboration and the culture in the whole of EXP. For me, it has just been such an eye-opener, and it's just been a wonderful experience. Being my own boss, I don't think I could ever work for anyone else, but being my own boss, it's tough. And I saw it with James before he switched over to EXP. The stresses, being alone, it's a lonely place to be as an entrepreneur. And yeah, I didn't enjoy it. James enjoyed it, but I could just see he worked very long hours, hard, and it was very stressful. So with EXP, you can be your own boss, but you have got such support surrounding you when it comes to the business side of things, being given everything you need to run a business, to creating an incredible team that you can surround yourself with like-minded people. And the collaboration for me has been phenomenal. I just don't see it in any other industry. We've had people join our team who won't even talk on the phone in their own offices because they're worried about other agents getting in on their private conversations and taking that information and, stealing a listing. With us at EXP, we all just share all our information from day one. There's so much help to be had. For me, I've only been in real estate 3 years now, and to ask experienced agents and other people who have been in the industry for so long who aren't even in PE has just been such a phenomenal experience for me. So for me, teamwork is really what it's all about, and it's been such a good experience. Slide. Oh, this is weak. Hold on, my phone's gone. Okay. So, sorry guys. See, I should have been more prepared. Slide 6. Get in there. All right. Yeah, can you do one? Okay, so our reason. This little guy. Isn't he gorgeous? Am I allowed to say that as a mother? So he is our pride and joy. My folks worked their whole life. They worked their butts off. We had the butchery, and when they weren't working, it was 1 day a week. It was spent recuperating. We had one family holiday my entire life. And that was probably when I was about 7 years old. I remember that holiday very clearly, but that was the one and only one we ever did. We didn't have another holiday. Make no mistake, we had a great life. We got everything we needed, but that quality time just wasn't there. And for me, coming from that, with Jim, that is one of the most important things for me, is to spend quality time with him and give him a great life and also something to look forward to. Jimmy is so passionate about EXP, funnily enough. I mean, Steve tells a story often where, well, you could actually tell it. James walked into the bedroom and Jimmy was on the iPad, and James said to him, "What are you watching?" Thinking he might be watching something he's not meant to be watching. And he was watching The Model Explained by Steve.
And he was only 10 years old. So he has expectations. I mean, isn't that the reason we get up every morning? The reason for working so hard?
And he came into our lives really late. We are old parents, and
You wouldn't say?
so we have a short amount of time to spend as much time with him as possible.
Yeah, time with your family, time with my beautiful wife and my miracle son, to be there as parents at his first runs he scores on the cricket pitch, or his first catch, or his rugby try, the first fish he catches, or the largest fish he catches. Maybe holidays on a lake on a houseboat, or skiing in the Alps, dream on, or a beautiful place in the bush, or just road tripping around the country, this beautiful country that we love so much, and I know you all love it as much as we do. Or my favorite, simply hanging out on the deck at home with my family of 3, braaiing, shooting the breeze, and catching up on the days and weeks' activities. I'm sure all of you crave that time. Well, that's my biggest goal. More quality time with my family. And EXP is helping me get there. My dream is within touching distance.
So I must just say, we want more time with Jim, but last night I was starting to doubt that. Some of the conversation going on when they turn into teenagers, I believe it's quite brutal. And I must say, Angela and Chuck, I love that you spend every night together, but I cherish my nights when James does go away on golf tour. It's quite nice.
That's quite hurtful.
I do love you dearly.
You two are like teenagers. I've been watching, sitting behind you and hugging and kissing, and I've been chatting to my wife and said, "Look there, baby." It's possible. We've only been married for 14 years or so. But yeah,
15.
15. So next slide. Yeah, 15. So I've worked, as Steve said, with large franchises and real estate companies and independent brands, and never before have I felt this community and culture, which has really been touched on a lot today. It's obviously true. I mean, we all crave that. To be part of something, not to be judged, to feel safe, and to trust, and to be trusted, and to be able to pick up the phone at any time to any one of the leaders in this company, including the super boss, Andrew Thompson. I mean, we chat almost on a daily basis, and it's not just about chatting about something with purpose. It's picking the phone up and having someone on the other side of the line to talk about something or nothing. It's not the culture. It's even more about the community. And it's those interactions that you have on a daily basis. And they want to see you rise. These are people that want to see you succeed. They want to see you rise. Somehow, EXP has created this. I don't know how, but it's in their genealogy.
So, for me, EXP hasn't just created a platform for financial freedom. It has created a platform for personal growth, which I find phenomenal. And in Lifting Others We Rise, I find in our team, everyone helping each other has really made such a difference. People being happy for each other when deals are made. There's no negativity, there's no jealousy or envy. Everybody pulls together and really helps each other. And for me, that is so important. We are often looking for places to do good. And I think it starts with that, because when you're helping others, you can become successful, and then you can really go out there and do a lot of good. Nothing is as rewarding as watching people succeed. And that extends beyond EXP.
Yeah, what an incredible ride. We've had an amazing journey. I've been pushed out of my comfort zone many times. As Shelley said, the first time I had to public speak was with Steve's event in PE. There were 100 agents there. I was a nervous wreck. She wasn't just there to hold my hand. Shelley was there to feed me the bottle of rescue drops every 20 minutes or so.
You even went AWOL for a little while.
So I appreciate what they've pushed me to. And my team who are here tonight have taken their business to the next level. We are now the top global team outside of the US and Canada amongst 26 other global businesses. So right now, I'm so proud of them. And I really am nothing without them. So right now, I'd really love to give them a big shout out. Some of them are here at great expense to come from Rebecca or Port Elizabeth. Please stand up. I want to give you a shout out for making that trek down, for being who you are, from little old Port Elizabeth, for the commitment. Where are the others? Their commitment, professionalism, never say die attitude, and incredible sales skills have just taken our lives to a new place. But mostly, I'm so proud of them, and I'd love you to give them another round of applause for being incredible human beings. Please come and visit us. You'll see how incredible they are.
So we have had the best 3 years of our life, which just proves that money doesn't make you happy. It's the process and doing stuff together. Being in a position where you put in what you put in is what you get out. For me, is the big difference with EXP too. So is EXP for everybody? I don't think it is. But it's for those people who are willing to step out of their comfort zones, to make that decision and put in the effort. And with that, you are likely to succeed. Well, you are going to succeed.
I would say you're guaranteed success.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Pleasure. 15 years.
We might be very different, but we know each other very well. Okay. What we want you to take away. Before I actually get there, I just wanted to say that all the team that are here today, I seriously think you're amazing for making the effort. Well done for coming all the way. It's been amazing. And traveling with you guys, you really did set the tone from yesterday.
Yeah, so last year we had 6 with us. This year we got 13. Next year we'll have more, and it's going to just grow from there.
Okay, so to end off. So there's one thing I want you to take away from our story. Sometimes the biggest rewards come from the hardest decisions. The leap of faith you take today might just be the decision that changes everything. And remember this. This for me is so powerful. What you are not changing, you are choosing. So let that sink in, guys. What you are not changing, you are choosing.
And I always have to have the last word, so if you don't mind, I think take a breath and take a moment. Not just to think where you are now or where you want to be or the future you. Think about where you've come from, whether it's 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, a month ago, or just perhaps a few days ago. think of what you are now and who you are now and what you have achieved and how far you have come. Pause and give yourself a massive pat on your back, because I'm sure all of you in this room have many journey wounds and scars, and that it wasn't easy getting to where you are now. Be patient, be kind to yourselves, and whether you're just starting out or you're wondering what your next big move is, take a moment, take a deep breath, and trust this process. Invest in your future, and remember, it only gets better from here. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.